Hi everyone, I'm in Vietnam to celebrate Lunar New Year, the biggest holiday for Vietnamese. And I thought of making a video to show you guys how my family prepare for Tết. This is how we call Lunar New Year in Vietnam. One of the biggest preparation for Tết is cleaning the house, and my mom took it very serious. I arrived like 6 days before Tết and I've been cleaning non-stop ever since. We scrubbed the bathroom, we swept the floor, we cleaned almost all of the furniture. The list goes on. And honestly, I wouldn't say I'm enjoying this part so much. I'm only home for a short time and I would rather spending it relaxing with my family. But if I don't do it, my parents would have to clean more. So here I am, scrubbing and cleaning. The good thing is there are more exciting things to do for Tết than cleaning. For example, today we're going to pick our Tết tree. Every year we would have kumquat or peach flower for decorating our house during the Lunar New Year. This year is the first year that I buy Tết tree by myself and I pay for it like a real grown-up. Traditionally, kumquat is chosen as a Tết tree because it represents prosperity. Yeah, that's why a good kumquat tree must be full of orange fruits. The more the better. There are so many shapes and sizes to choose. Those are the fancy one that is in a pot. It looks cute, but they are too small for me. I want something big. So at the end, I got one that is as tall as me, and then the driver drove it home for me for just 2 hours. These look like twigs, but they are actually peach flowers. I don't know what's wrong with peach flower this year, but many of them have not bloomed yet. But I still managed to get one that have decent flower on it. After choosing a good kumquat and peach flower, I moved on to a decoration store. It's like Christmas trees need ornaments. Our Tết tree needs decorations too. Red is supposed to be the lucky color. That's why most of the decorations is in red. Yellow represents gold, so it's a very popular color during Tết too. My next stop is a flower shop. I think that is the only time in a year that my mom allows us to buy flower without complaining that it's a waste of money. We're buying a bunch of these flowers. I love them, but I have no idea how to call them in English. Here's my sister arranging the flower. She did a good job, but fun fact, she forgot to put the water in the vase. We didn't know about it until 5 days later. It was too late to save them. They were really beautiful and expensive. I think they planted this tree for years already. That's why they have some plant under it, some small plant. I don't like it. It looks a bit messy. So I'm gonna remove all of it. We had to put the tree in the yard instead of inside the house because there is no space for it inside and the kids gonna bump into it for sure. That's why my tree has no fairy light, although normally people would do that. But I think it looks cute enough with the decorations already. The house decorations is kind of finished. Now comes my favorite part of Tết, making trứng cake. It's our traditional food during the New Year and it took like 3 days to cook from start to finish. That's why normally the whole family would gather together to make trứng cake because it requires a lot of work. I'm cleaning lá rong at the moment. It's a kind of leaf that we use to wrap our trứng cake. And it looks like a banana leaf, but it's a bit smaller, I would say. It grows in almost every forest in Vietnam. And when you buy them, you need to give it a very good clean because it's pretty dirty with a lot of dirt and dead animal. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Last year when I was in Germany during Tết holiday, I actually went to the Asian supermarket to buy some lá rong. And they charged me 20 euros for 10 of these leaves. Sorry for the chicken. I think my mom bought like 200 of these leaves and we have to clean them all. It's always one of the most time-consuming tasks of making trứng cake. I never noticed how noisy our chickens are. I couldn't sleep last night because those chickens woke up at like 3 and they start screaming until 6 in the morning. And then the dogs start barking because they hear the chicken screaming. I think I'm very spoiled now because since living in Germany, I'm used to complete quiet whenever I go to sleep. And now that I come back, noise that have never bothered me before started to bother me. Now we need to dry them for like a day so that tomorrow it's gonna be dry and ready for wrapping the cake. All of the hard work. My mom says she's boiling some corn for me, so we are making a break. I don't know why she boiled corn in a kettle, but okay. I'm gonna place my bowl here. Oh, yes. I really hope this is sweet corn. You know, when I was in my village, I didn't even know sweet corn existed. We only have a white or yellow corn and it doesn't taste sweet at all. But then I moved to the big city and then I have my first sweet corn of my life and it was really, really good. Are they genetically modified or something? How could they create something that wonderful? Sweet corn. My mom knows what I want to eat. My belly is full and now we are back to the chung cake business. My mom is roasting all of the spices that gonna be mixed with the fillings of the chung cake. There are star anise, cinnamon stick, black cardamom, and cloves. I wish you can smell them because the aroma is wonderful. Now she's pounding them until they turn into powder. These are mung beans. We use them for the fillings of the cake. They need to be crushed and then soaked into water for like a day. This is how they look like overnight. And now my mom is removing the green part of the mung beans. We only keep the yellow part. After cook them with water, we mix the mung beans with the spice that I showed you before. Then we make them into a round shape like this. Each portion will be in one cake later. Another layer of the chung cake is made from sticky rice. It's not the normal rice that we eat every day in Vietnam. It's a kind of rice that is round, sticky, and smells super good when you cook it up. Like the mung beans, this rice also need to be soaked in water for like a day and then washed. We are making natural food color at the moment because the chung cake is green and it needs some food coloring, right? So this is pandan leaf and this is, I have no clue what is this in English, but my mom called it lá giềng. And we're just gonna mix them all together, put them into a blender, and then we're gonna have green color, and then we're gonna mix them with the chung cake, and then, no, we're gonna mix them with the rice first, so the rice will be green. So this is the green leaves after blended, and my mom already squeezed all of the water out of it. She will just throw this away, I guess. Now we mix the sticky rice with the green liquid and some salt, and it's almost ready to be wrapped. The last layer of the chung cake is some thick slices of pork, and it has to contain both meat and a lot of fat. We mix them with salt and pepper, and everything is ready to go. Do you know that when you slice a young bamboo thin enough, you could create some pretty good ropes? And that's what we actually use to wrap around the chung cake. After every ingredient is ready, now comes the hardest part, assembling. It's so hard, nobody in my house is allowed to do it except my mom. The reason is, according to her, is that if you're not experienced enough, you will not wrap a good and tight chung cake, and then after being cooked for hours, the end result will not look nice at all. I'm not really convinced, but I don't dare to challenge her. You can see my niece wrapping some cakes behind her back, but she's a kid, so my mom let it slide. At the moment, she is cutting and measuring all of the leaves so that they will fit perfectly with the chung cake's form. She used a wooden form so that all of the cakes will have the same shape and size. Each cake will need 4 leaves to secure all of the fillings inside. The first layer of the cake is the green sticky rice. Then comes half of a mung bean bowl. Next, we add some slices of pork. Then the mung beans again, and then the rice again. After that, you just need to wrap them up with the bamboo rope. I'm just gonna be silent for a minute to enjoy my mom's technique here. There were around 30 cakes being made, and we put all of them in this giant pot. It needs to be cooked non-stop overnight for around 10 hours. This is the reason why, although we cook almost everything on a gas stove, we cannot cook this giant pot on the gas stove. It's gonna cost too much energy. When I was a child, I loved this part. It's cold outside, we stay up late sitting around this giant pile of fire. We roasted sweet potato and then we told each other scary story. Now it's not that fun anymore, but it's still a part of the tradition. It's the next morning and the bánh chưng are done. We take them out of the pot and then we wash them in cold water so that they can be cooled down and all of the sticky part outside will be washed away. They are extremely tasty when you eat them right after you bring them out of the pot. But they could stay outside for a long time too and still being very tasty. That's why this is the one food that needs to be eaten in every single household in Vietnam during Lunar New Year. I think I'm gonna end the video soon because I need to go and have some chung cake. Thank you very much for watching. Follow along and then I'll keep you updated on our Lunar New Year.